My precious child, right at this very moment, something extraordinary is happening in the spiritual realm, and you need to understand that your decision to be here to read these words during this sacred season is not random chance or mere coincidence. This is divine orchestration at its finest, and I need you to really grasp what this means for your life moving forward. You see, December has always held a special place in heaven's calendar, not just because of what the world celebrates, but because of what heaven releases during this time. There is a thinning of the veil between the spiritual and physical realms that happens when hearts turn toward hope, when people begin to believe in miracles again, when even the hardest souls soften just a little bit. And you, my beloved, you are here right now, absorbing these words during a time when heaven is literally pouring out blessings that have been stored up, waiting for hearts that are ready to receive them. I want you to understand something profound. Those who scrolled past this message, those who saw these words and decided they were too busy, too skeptical, too distracted, they have no idea what they just walked away from. And I am not saying this to make you feel superior, but to help you recognize that there was something in your spirit that responded when you saw this. Something inside you knew that this was important, that this was meant for you, that this moment could change everything. That inner knowing, that gentle pull you felt, that was me calling your name before you even realized it. I have been orchestrating events, arranging circumstances, and clearing paths to bring you to this exact moment, because what I am about to release in your life requires your attention, your faith, and your willing heart. Right now, as these words sink into your consciousness, I want you to take a deep breath and really feel what is happening in your chest. There might be a warmth spreading through you, or perhaps tears are already forming in your eyes. You might feel a trembling in your hands or a quickening in your spirit. These are not emotional reactions to well-written words. These are physical manifestations of spiritual reality breaking through into your world. Heaven is responding to your presence here. Angels are taking their positions around you. The Holy Spirit is moving in ways you cannot see but will soon experience. And the forces of darkness that have been tormenting you, whispering lies to you, blocking your blessings and stealing your peace, they are trembling right now because they know their time of dominion over your life is coming to an end. I need to tell you what I see when I look at your life, because the view from heaven is so different from what you see in your mirror every morning. You wake up and you see someone who has failed too many times, someone who has made too many mistakes, someone who has missed too many opportunities. You see the weight you have gained or the youth you have lost. You see the bank account that never seems to grow and the relationships that never seem to work. You see the dreams that have died and the hopes that have faded. You see all the reasons why miracles happen to other people, but probably not to you. But that is not what I see, my precious child. When I look at you, I see someone who has survived battles that would have destroyed others. I see someone who has kept breathing through pain that should have stopped their heart. I see someone who has gotten back up more times than they have stayed down. I see resilience, courage, and a strength that even you do not recognize in yourself. You have been walking through a wilderness season, and I know how exhausting it has been. There have been mornings when you honestly did not know how you were going to make it through another day. There have been nights when you cried yourself to sleep, or worse, when you lay awake for hours unable to find the peace that sleep requires. You have smiled at people while your heart was shattering inside. You have said you were fine when everything was falling apart. You have kept moving forward when every part of you wanted to give up and disappear. And through all of that, through every impossible moment, I was right there. I was the strength when you had none. I was the hope when everything looked hopeless. I was the whisper in your spirit saying, just one more day, just one more step, just hold on a little bit longer. And now, my beloved, now we have arrived at the moment when your holding on is about to pay off in ways that will leave you absolutely speechless. This December is not just another month on the calendar. This is the turning point you have been praying for. This is the breakthrough you have been believing for. This is the moment when everything that has been working against you suddenly starts working for you. I know you have heard promises before. I know you have hoped before only to be disappointed. I know you have believed before only to watch your faith crumble when things did not work out the way you expected. But I need you to hear me clearly right now. This time is different. Not because you have finally gotten good enough or strong enough or faithful enough, but because heaven's timing has aligned with Earth's moment, and when that happens, miracles stop being rare occurrences and start being your daily reality. Let me tell you what has been happening in the spiritual realm while you have been struggling in the physical realm. There have been assignments against you, actual demonic strategies designed specifically to keep you from reaching your destiny. The enemy looked ahead at your future and saw what you would become when you fully stepped into everything I created you to be, and he was terrified. He saw the lives you would touch, the hope you would carry, the breakthrough you would represent, and he knew that he had to stop you before you realized your own power. So he sent attacks against your mind, filling it with thoughts of worthlessness, hopelessness, and defeat. He sent attacks against your body, manifesting as unexplained pain, chronic fatigue, and mysterious illnesses that doctors could not quite diagnose. He sent attacks against your finances, creating unexpected expenses, blocked opportunities, and a cycle of lack that made no logical sense given how hard you work. He sent attacks against your relationships, stirring up misunderstandings, amplifying small disagreements into major conflicts, and isolating you from the very people who could support you. But here is what the enemy did not account for. He did not realize that every attack he sent actually made you stronger. He did not understand that the pressure he applied was actually forming you into a diamond. He did not know that I was using his very weapons to train you for warfare, to build your endurance, and to prepare you for the weight of glory that is about to rest on your shoulders. Every single thing that was meant to destroy you has actually been working to develop you. The betrayal that broke your heart taught you discernment. The financial lack taught you to trust me as your provider. The loneliness taught you that I am enough even when you have nothing else. The pain taught you compassion for others who suffer. Nothing has been wasted, my child. Not one tear, not one sleepless night, not one moment of agony. It has all been an investment, and the return on that investment is about to flood your life. During this special season, when the world celebrates hope and miracles, I want you to position yourself to receive what I have been preparing. And positioning yourself does not mean you have to do some complicated ritual or follow some strict religious formula. It simply means you have to open your heart and believe that I am who I say I am, and I will do what I said I will do. You have to release the disappointment from past prayers that seemed unanswered. You have to let go of the bitterness toward people who hurt you. You have to surrender the need to control every detail and timeline. You have to trust me with a depth of trust that might feel scary because it requires you to be completely vulnerable. I know there are names that just flash through your mind, people who wounded you so deeply that the scars still ache when you think about them. Maybe it was a parent who should have protected you but failed you instead. Maybe it was a spouse who promised forever but walked away. Maybe it was a friend who knew your secrets and used them against you. Maybe it was a leader you trusted who abused that trust. Maybe it was even a church that should have been a safe place but became a source of trauma. I see all of it, my precious one. I saw it when it happened. I collected every tear you cried, and I have not forgotten. Justice belongs to me, and I will repay, but I need you to release them from the prison of your unforgiveness, not because they deserve freedom, but because you do. Holding on to unforgiveness is like drinking poison every single day and wondering why you keep feeling sick. It gives the enemy legal access to your life. It blocks the flow of my blessings. It keeps you chained to your past when I am trying to launch you into your future. So right now, even if your feelings are screaming in protest, I want you to make a decision with your will. Say in your heart or whisper out loud, I forgive them. I release them. I let go of my right to revenge. I place them in your hands, God, and I choose freedom for myself. The moment you do this, something breaks in the spiritual realm. Chains fall off, doors unlock. The atmosphere around your life shifts. You might not feel it immediately, and that is okay. Forgiveness is not a feeling, it is a choice. And you just made the choice that changes everything. Now I want to speak to the fear that has been your constant companion for so long that you almost do not notice it anymore. It wakes up with you in the morning, sits on your shoulder throughout the day, and whispers in your ear at night. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of never being enough, fear of losing what little you have, fear of hoping again only to be crushed again. This fear has convinced you that it is protecting you, that if you just stay small and quiet and hidden, you will not get hurt anymore. But that is a lie straight from hell, my beloved. Fear is not your protector, it is your prison guard. It is not keeping you safe, it is keeping you stuck. And I did not create you to live in a prison of terror. I created you for freedom, for abundance, for joy, for purpose, for impact. Perfect love casts out fear, and I am perfect love. As you allow my love to saturate every broken place in your heart, fear loses its power. It might still show up, but it cannot control you anymore. You will feel it trying to speak, and you will simply say, I recognize you, but I do not receive you. God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And when you speak that truth, fear has to bow. It has no choice because truth is a higher authority than lies. Light is more powerful than darkness, and my word never returns void. I want to paint a picture for you of what is coming in the days ahead. Not years from now, not someday in some distant future, but soon, so very soon that it will shock you when it begins to manifest. You are going to wake up one morning and realize that the heaviness that has pressed on your chest for months or even years is just gone. You will take a deep breath and feel air fill your lungs in a way that feels brand new. Peace will wash over you, not because your circumstances have all changed yet, but because your perspective has shifted, and you finally believe that I am in control, and I am working everything out for your good. The anxiety that used to grip you at random moments throughout the day will try to rise up, but it will find no place to land because faith has taken up residence in every corner of your mind. Doors that have been locked for so long are going to start opening, and it will happen so suddenly that you will barely have time to process it. An opportunity you stopped even praying for will present itself out of nowhere. A person you need to meet will cross your path in a way that seems like coincidence but is absolutely divine appointment. A resource you desperately needed will show up from a direction you never expected. And when these things start happening, you will know beyond any doubt that heaven is moving on your behalf. People who have known you for years will look at you and ask what happened, what changed, why you seem different. And you will tell them about this season, about this message, about the moment when you decided to believe again even when you had every reason to give up. Your finances are about to experience supernatural intervention. I am not talking about a small improvement or a modest increase. I am talking about the kind of provision that makes no sense based on your salary or your situation. Money that was owed to you is going to be returned. Opportunities to increase your income are going to present themselves. Debts that seemed impossible to pay off are going to be resolved in ways you could never have orchestrated on your own. And this is not so you can live in luxury while others suffer, but so you can be a conduit of my blessing, so you can be generous, so you can help others the way you have needed help. There is a link in the description where you can contribute toward providing coffee for children who do not have enough. And if my spirit moves your heart to participate in that, know that your gift will go further than you can imagine and will be given in your name. But whether you give or not, my provision for you is not contingent on your giving. It flows from my nature as a good father who loves to bless his children. Relationships that have been broken are going to begin to mend. Now, I need to be clear, not every relationship is meant to be restored. Some people were only meant to be in your life for a season, and trying to resurrect what I intentionally ended will only bring you pain. But there are connections that were damaged by miscommunication, by offense, by the enemy's interference, and those are going to heal. You are going to have conversations that you thought would never happen. Apologies are going to be spoken and received. Walls that have stood for years are going to crumble. And new relationships are coming too. The kind of genuine, life-giving, iron-sharpening iron friendships that you have longed for. People who will see you, really see you, and love what they see. People who will celebrate your victories instead of competing with them. People who will stand with you in battle instead of running when things get hard. Your health is about to respond to my healing touch in ways that will baffle medical professionals. Pain that has been chronic is going to ease and then disappear. Energy that has been depleted is going to return. That thing the doctors have been monitoring is going to resolve itself, and they will have no explanation for it. Your mind is going to clear of the fog that has made it hard to focus, hard to remember, hard to process. Clarity is coming, strength is coming, vitality is coming. You are going to feel like yourself again, or perhaps for the first time, you are going to feel like the self I always intended you to be. But I need you to understand that with every breakthrough comes a test. The enemy is not going to just give up and walk away quietly. When he sees that you are starting to believe again, starting to hope again, starting to rise again, he is going to launch one more attack. It might come as a sudden crisis, an unexpected setback, a discouraging word from someone you respect, or just a flood of thoughts telling you that nothing has really changed and nothing ever will. This is the moment when most people give up. They get right to the edge of their miracle, and then they believe the lie that it is not really coming, so they walk away just before it manifests. Do not be that person, my beloved. Do not let the enemy steal what we have been building together during this sacred time. When the test comes, and it will come, I need you to remember this moment. Remember what you felt as you read these words. Remember the hope that rose in your chest. Remember the knowing in your spirit that this was real, that God was speaking directly to you. Hold on to that memory like a lifeline and refuse to let go no matter how the waves crash or the wind howls. This is what faith looks like in the real world. It is not a feeling. It is a decision to keep believing, even when everything in your circumstance is screaming that you are a fool for hoping. The beautiful thing about this December season is that it carries a special grace for new beginnings. All around you, even in the secular world, there is this sense of endings and new starts, of closing chapters and opening fresh pages. Heaven amplifies that during this time. There is an anointing available right now for breaking cycles that have repeated for generations. Addictions that have plagued your family line can end with you. Poverty mindsets that have been passed down can stop with you. Patterns of broken relationships, of mental illness, of chronic defeat, they can all be shattered during this window of time if you will step into your authority and declare that enough is enough. I am giving you permission right now to be free. You do not have to keep living the way you have always lived. You do not have to keep thinking the way you have always thought. You do not have to keep settling for scraps when I have prepared a feast. You do not have to keep believing that you are too damaged, too broken, too far gone. The blood of Jesus is sufficient for every sin, every shame, every stain. There is nothing in your past that is bigger than my grace. There is no pit so deep that my love cannot reach you there. There is no darkness so thick that my light cannot penetrate it. Right now, I am breaking chains off your life that you did not even know were there. I am opening your eyes to see opportunities you have been walking past. I am fine-tuning your ears to hear my voice with clarity you have never experienced. I am empowering you with boldness to do things that used to terrify you. I am downloading wisdom into your spirit that will guide you through decisions you have been paralyzed by. I am surrounding you with favor that will cause people to say yes when they should say no, to open doors that should stay closed, to give you chances you have not earned in the natural. And I want you to share this message with others, because what I am doing is not just for you alone. There are people in your life who are hanging by a thread right now, who are one more disappointment away from giving up completely, who need to hear that heaven has not forgotten them. When you share this with them, you become a messenger of hope. You become my hands extended, my voice speaking, my heart loving. Share this with 11 people, not as some superstitious formula, but as an act of generosity, as a way of multiplying the blessing, as a declaration that you believe what I have spoken and you want others to experience it too. And after you share it, I want you to subscribe so that you stay connected to this stream of encouragement, so that when the enemy tries to drag you back into doubt, you have a reservoir of truth to draw from. Here is what I need you to do right now, in this very moment. I need you to comment your deepest wish, the thing you have been afraid to speak out loud because saying it makes you vulnerable, makes you admit how much you want it, how much it will hurt if it does not happen. Or simply comment amen as an agreement with everything I have spoken over your life. When you type those words and release them, you are making a public declaration of faith. You are planting a seed in spiritual soil. You are creating a point of contact that heaven will respond to. And that wish you are commenting, that thing you have wanted for so long, it is about to become reality. Not because you typed the right words, but because your heart aligned with my will, and when that alignment happens, miracles are inevitable. I see you there, reading these words with tears streaming down your face, or maybe with a hardness in your heart because you have been hurt too many times to let yourself feel hope. Wherever you are emotionally, I want you to know that I am not offended by your doubt. I am not angry at your questions. I am not disappointed by your struggles. I am a good father, and good fathers do not reject their children for being honest about their pain. So if you are having a hard time believing all of this, if it sounds too good to be true, just talk to me about it. Tell me you want to believe, but you are scared. Tell me you have hoped before, and it crushed you. Tell me the truth of where you are, and let me meet you right there. You do not have to clean yourself up before you come to me. You do not have to get your life together first. You do not have to stop struggling before I will help you. Come as you are, broken and messy and confused, and let me be the one who puts the pieces back together. Let me be the one who makes sense of the chaos. Let me be the one who turns your pain into purpose, your test into testimony, your mess into a message that will set others free. As this December unfolds, whether you are reading this at the beginning of the month or the end, whether the calendar says it is still this season or whether you are seeing this months later, I want you to know that my timing is always perfect. If you are seeing this during December, you are positioned to ride a wave of breakthrough that will carry you into the new year with momentum you have never experienced. If you are seeing this after December has passed, know that the principles here are eternal. When you truly understand that I am the God who makes every season December, every moment a time of hope and miracles, you step into a dimension of faith that is not bound by calendars or circumstances. The same power that I release during this sacred month, I can release any moment you turn your heart fully toward me. This is not about a specific date or a particular time frame. This is about a heart posture. This is about you deciding that you will believe my promises over your circumstances, my word over your feelings, my nature over your experience. When you make that decision, every month becomes December. Every day becomes a celebration of hope. Every moment becomes pregnant with possibility. You are not limited by what time of year it is. You are only limited by what you believe is possible, and I am here to tell you that all things are possible to those who believe. So rise up, my precious child. Shake off the dust of defeat. Lift your head from the pit of despair. Set your face like flint toward the future I have prepared. You have survived the worst, and now you are about to experience the best. The same hands that held you together when you were falling apart are now ready to lift you higher than you have ever been. Trust those hands. Trust my heart. Trust my word. I am doing something new, and it is springing forth even now. Can you not perceive it? I am making a way in your wilderness and streams in your wasteland. I am restoring the years the locusts have eaten. I am giving you beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Everything the enemy stole is coming back multiplied. Everything that died is about to resurrect. Everything that was broken is about to be restored. Amen.